Alright, welcome back. We're gonna be doing a couple of Diablo videos. Just as comparison. So I did the PTR, really enjoyed it. Um, really excited for what it can possibly entail for Diablo. I think it's a huge leap in the step in the right direction. Yes, there's some pitfalls to it that I think some people might not be okay with the fact that essentially this is where the game should have been at launch, but it is what it is. Um, I did decide. I mean, the PTR succeeded in one thing. I didn't think I was ever going to be playing um, season three, um, but I'm here for it. Let's find out, and let's kind of compare the two. So right off the bat, and that's kind of another reason why I wanted to do it is because I didn't fully play season two. Um, the vampires thing was just sort of a huge misstep for me. Um, I just sort of, I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it, but I'm already kind of partway through it. But comparatively, right? Um, the biggest things being the Paragon board is different, the skill tree is different, but most importantly, man, the itemization. I am level 67 and I feel it full force. Just the amount of stupid dead stats you don't care about. This really like oversaturated item pool. I got this weird dude. It's a pet that follows you around. So far, excuse me. He just feels, meh. Like I don't know, but real quick, we're just gonna go do another seasonal dungeon. Um, I could have picked any tree. I just did fireball, just because I mean, like I said, I don't know. I wasn't really like in a place where I like, oh, I need to be super serious about this. I'll do that with season four. Um, I'll do it at launch. We'll do a character to 100. Really dive into it because originally like I said, I was so excited for Diablo 4. Um, I mean, me and my friends, we all took time off work to play it to kind of have that camaraderie we had when we were younger, and we all got to 100, and it was what it was. It burned everyone out real quick for some reason, more than the previous games had. There was just a lot of issues with it, and for me in particular, playing quite possibly the worst class in Diablo since it started. Man, what the hell is going on here? Why is this lagging so bad? Oh, there's a Malthus thing over here. That's why. So, I was messing around on tier 4. I haven't fully unlocked him. Maybe he gets like really cool or something else happens with him. But at the moment, he seems really dumb. He seems very just like meh. I don't even know what this thing is attacking, but it's attacking something. And I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be coming after me. So for this season, they've added all these little. I mean, I don't do my build. My build is not to like be DPSing bosses. This is just a leveling build. All right, so they added all these little interactable. Well, I wish that I knew that was there. I could have killed him then. My build is just designed to kill as many things in an area like as quickly as possible. I did rush through the campaign. I didn't want to redo it or do any of that extra stuff. But yeah, you have all these weird things, and you can interact with them, and there's a little bit better mob density when you're doing all of these. As you can see, like a ton of stuff comes at you. I could have just switched to Blizzard and done like a really generic Blizzard build. I didn't want to though. I did want to have some fun with it. I was going to do my teleport build, but the teleport build is extremely gear dependent, and like you can't start off with it. You just really need those items to begin with. So you get all these extra like stones. I'm assuming I'm like walking towards something. I don't know exactly what's happening right now. But they're like whisper quests, essentially. But they all pertain to unlocking more upgrades for this weird spider construct that follows you around. Alright. So my whole purpose was to get to this. To get into a new vault. So there are vaults in here. I think there's going to be a vault in every area. Each area is going to have its own little story. Up to you unlocking whatever Uber boss they're going to go to. My build is very simple. Get as many fireballs out as I can as quickly as possible. So I start a fight with Forest Shield on as a offensive ability because it reduces the... I literally thought that door was open. It reduces the cost of all my spells. Then once it's full, I then go ahead and I pop my ulti because it makes all my fireballs free, and then I chain between these two. That basically to be casting fireballs is my forever fun. Once this mob dies to the fireball, right now I have Frozen Orb on because I'm trying to manipulate not having to get close because I don't have the items to support me going for the close version of this build where I'll be doing damage to enemies that are close by with the bouncing fireballs, bouncing betties. It's the build I have. That's just a breakdown of what you're watching on screen. It is not optimized. I don't know if it's a good build anymore. For a moment, it was really fun. I'm saving weird dudes. Okay. So Malthus, I believe, is going to be the boss for this. You have these gateways that they've kind of been placed around the world. Eventually, I think I'm going to be able to activate them and go into like portals or dungeons, you know, of those natures. But we'll see. Let's just go. I'm wasting all my pots for the XP increase. So, the cool thing is while I'm using my flame shield, I just literally stood there like a dumbass. That doesn't count. I mean, I guess it does. That's why I'm not playing hardcore right now. Well, I don't even know where it teleported me to. Anyways, so flame shield gives me the damage or the mana cost reduction so that I can get more spells out as quickly as possible. But it also makes me immune to damage, which is why it's both a defensive and offensive ability. I'm trying to... Essentially, right now, this is like the distance build, because I'm trying to get to this, which I just got. Okay. So, I'll break down the build for you real quick. Um, Obviously, this is not optimized to be super good. It just is what it is because I'm rushing through it. But essentially, how the build works is this is my distance version of the fireball build. I'm casting fireballs as much as possible to try and get as many lucky triggers as I can get, as well as produce as many frozen orbs, which now that I have, now frozen orb has a much higher percentage of being triggered. So without it, it's a 20% chance. With the enchantment, so let's see. So this is how it is without the enchantment skill, which is oh wow, they really nerfed that. Yikes. That might not even be worth taking anymore. I didn't realize they nerfed it that much. But anyways, ultimately I will get rid of Frozen Orb, and this will just be a meteor fireball build once I get bouncing betties. Because I'm trying to get the lucky hit triggers. 10% chance. Jesus. Yeah, this build got annihilated. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care. I wasn't trying to min max. I'm just trying to do something fun. Once I get my gloves and I can build the bouncing betties. How this build used to work was every single tick of... Yeah, this thing is like loaded with traps everywhere that I should be dodging, but I don't. Just face tanking them. How it originally worked was every single source of damage was triggering a lucky hit chance. So essentially, I could cast one fireball, and with my lucky hit being high enough, I was producing, like, I could produce an infinite trigger of effects, which obviously that's not what Blizzard likes because it's, you know, it wasn't like overpoweringly because Fireball wasn't strong when I built this build and like I broke it. Um, Fireball wasn't doing a gajillion damage like it could have, or like some of the other abilities were, because you know they just never really, to me, put it into the thing. But so what I'm doing is I want the Frozen Orb to trigger so that I can do vulnerability at distance. Let's see, what is my chance off of Frozen Orb to cause resistance? Right now, every Frozen Orb has a 30% chance to make things vulnerable. Like when I'm throwing out 100 fireballs, it happens pretty commonly. You'll see it once I'm into it. Right now, I'm sort of just annihilating everything. So it's not like I have to like try really hard to get to it. I don't know if there's anything over here I need. Yeah, when you get into the like fireball, or I mean the my Great Balls of Fire build where I'm dropping meteors as well. The cool thing, and that's what I was talking about before, was if I went into it Helltide and when they had the monster density really high, I could throw one fireball and I would literally watch. Like, let's say I was standing right here, I could throw a fireball and I would see on a Helltide up here a legendary item trigger and like drop up here, because I was triggering the explosions on the smaller monsters and I was dropping meteors, and the meteors would then trigger that. Like, it was awesome. It was cool. I don't know how many people were really playing it, or you know, maybe they had it in a different version of a different build and that's why they reduced it and like nerfed it. But I just wanted to see if I could get something like to show you. But essentially, I had infinite resources at all times because I had max mana, because I was triggering resource regeneration both on my gloves, my rings, and a bunch of other things as well. It was just fun and it was cool, and I built it myself and I really enjoyed it. So I figure I'm gonna try and do something similar to that in season 3 and see if I can get anything close to it. As I'm leveling, though, this is the kind of best version of the build because I don't have the min-maxing to really, like... So, like, you can kind of see what I'm talking about there, where I'm getting multiple triggers of all my abilities. I'm getting the immobilized off fire when I have immobilize. So I have to right now I have to resort to getting my damage modifiers off of the vulnerability. Um, what I eventually want is my damage multipliers off of immobilize or crowd control, and I get that when I go to the Great Balls of Fire version of it, where I'm doing Meteor instead of Frozen Orb. Um, there's also a version of it where I do Frozen Orb and Meteor, and I get rid of the explosion off of the Fireball. I don't feel like that one works as well. That one's very miss. um, but when I go to the new season, there's a couple of versions of the Sork I want to see. Excuse me. I want to do that new Frozen Orb build where you get 8 million Frozen Orbs, and I want to see how much of that I can manipulate and like break. Because that looks like a lot of fun. Machine Gun Orb, I don't know. There's probably a snow. I'm gonna call it my snowblower build because that looks fun. I didn't get to experience it in the PTR because I wasn't lucky enough to have any of those items drop. As well as I was just seeing if this game was gonna be a viability, and like that's why I love Diablo. I was always a person that tried to build like the opposite of what everyone else. When everyone else was going Breath of the Dying and all these other things, I was out there building a Warcry barb and dueling with it and just annihilating people. And then for some reason that got really popular. I don't know why, but it suddenly did, and that became a thing. And once that became a thing, I had to try and find a new version of a build that I wanted to do. Cause yeah, I like min maxing, and I like playing the Uber build or doing like the number one S tier build. But at the same time, I like theory crafting myself. Like I love getting into this and breaking a build down. I don't like grabbing one off of just a website. I don't think that's as fun. I don't enjoy doing that as much as I do thinking of a combination, finding it, seeing it work, finding ways for it to, be dominant. I love that aspect of the game. And you didn't have, when I was playing games back in the day, I didn't have the ability to do that. The internet didn't exist when I was a child. I'm that old. I mean, and you want to talk about hustle? Okay, here's a story that'll age me to some degree. When Mortal Kombat 2 first came out, these kids found some database somewhere or found something, and you know what they did? I don't know what the hell's going on here. I should probably be paying attention. These possessed dudes are walking on top of traps. And I will tell you this right now. I don't know what's going on in this season event. I don't care. Nothing about the story has engaged me at all. Which is another issue of Vault Coffers is how what. Ooh, okay, so. All right, so I got the Bushwhacker unlocked. So this is all for him. And honestly, I feel like I don't give a shit about this little robot. I don't feel like it's anything I'm gonna care about. Increasing damage dealt. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, I already have that equipped. But like, you get it. You get better versions of it. You equip more of the. I don't know. It's a legendary. Let's equip that instead, because why not? Or maybe I shouldn't have done. I don't. Oh yeah, I unequipped this one. Yeah. Okay, so like you put in the governing stone, so now my guy does like melee and utility. And then I unlocked this. The support skill will cause central control to teleport to the target if it's out of range. Well, that seems really good, and that seems like something that should be on the on me. So let's put that there. Let's put that there, and let's put that there. I honestly, nothing about this little robot has engaged me in any way to where I care to learn the mechanic of it. But that's the state Diablo's in. That's what we're hoping it won't be in later. Back to my story of how old how much of an old ass man I am. So when I lived in some pretty enough neighborhoods when I was growing up in South Central LA during the Bloods and the Crips. When I was told not to wear certain colors at school so that I didn't get shot. Um, I lived in an apartment complex. I don't know if I told this story on the channel, but anyways, I lived in an apartment complex that my dad ran, and my dad was, respect everyone's traps breached on the surface near vault edges. Defeat them, earn loot as currency. Okay, so it's just more generic bullshit. Loot obelisk, retrieve cores. Do chords to summon heralds, kill heralds to get another currency, use that currency to do another thing. So, again, build 8 million things, farm 8 million currencies to do. To make this guy better. Does he become so powerful like he can walk through a dungeon by himself? I doubt it. Alright, what's my I'm just literally farming this quest to do it. Search the vaults for Zoltan's journals. So I have 1 of 5. I need more. So I need to find another one. So now I need to go here. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go to Kovashad, and we'll run over there. I'm just doing this real quick, kind of while I talk. I enjoy Diablo as a game. I kind of builds into why I like ARPGs. I'm all over the place. You can tell like what's going on in my head right now. There's so much going on in real life, so much stresses. That's why I love games. Well, I love movies. They help distract from those things. They help you microprocess and like get away from them. And that takes me to the point where if your game is not engaging enough or it's not developed in a way where I don't get to distract myself from those things in life. Okay, so I'm picking up tuning stones. Now I've reached level 2. Pick this up. Let's do more things. I mean, I don't really care about gear right now, unless it's got one of the 8 million things that affixes I need to pull off to build. Honestly, going from the PTR to this was probably not smart, but that's just a kudos to Blizzard, because the PTR was that good that it made me want to play this game. I wish I was just playing the PTR right now. I believe May 14th is the launch. Is that a loot goblin? I could have swore I saw him pop up on the map. Maybe I did. What the hell? Gotta stop and kill those little bitches. But I mean, this game just runs so poorly for some reason. I don't know. I want to say that they saw the writing on the wall, so they shut down some servers, because why pay for servers that aren't going to be utilized? And I couldn't fault them for that. I think that's probably a smart way to play it. It's just like I was having this issue in the PTR, so maybe it's a Diablo issue, where there's like a rubber banding that's happening. What in the hell is happening, man? Crazy. And my connection's good and stable. The game's not. I don't have any loss on the server connection, game connection. My stream is stable. My bit rate is good. So it's like it feels like everything's good. I mean, my computer's not running poorly. Let's go ahead and do it a bit. It just feels like something's going on with Blizzard right now, and they could be doing a bunch of stuff behind the scenes. Like all of a sudden now it's running better. It's like the server caught up. So who knows what's going on with them? I mean, it could be a thing. I know they just launched the new season of Discovery, so maybe there's a ton of people on WoW. Again, if I'm paying for live service, I should never experience these things. It's just a sad state of gaming where companies don't feel the need to to meet their side of the bargain. You know, if you're paying a couple $100 for a game, I don't think you I don't think it's a it shouldn't be an expectation that when I go to get on this game that they're providing stable servers for me, right? That's what I'm paying for. Whatever side of the argument you're on that, I don't think I'm never gonna disagree with someone that thinks that that's a negative, that, you know, Blizzard doesn't maintain the game's not being maintained correctly. And if somebody has that feeling, I couldn't argue with them. I don't think games should launch broken at any stage, depending on the team. So he gives me like a weird shield. He fortifies me a little bit. I mean, that's the only thing I'm using him for right now, to buff my damage and buff my give me a fortification. He just what a weird. You know, as famously bad as pets are for necromancers. I mean, am I picking the gold up, or is it just taking a second to drop? Let's find out. I imagine I'm picking it up, and like it's just looks weird, or it doesn't look like it's hitting the ground. It's just automatically going to my inventory. But again, I hope this is all fixed when the game does launch on Season 4, and I don't have to suffer while trying to play Season 4. You know, part of my last video, if you watched it, was what are bad player interactions and what are good player interactions, right? The game has a lot of really good player engagements that felt really good, and that's what gives me hope, because I feel like what I have with Blizzard right now is a lot of negative. I mean, look at what's happening. Like, you're watching it real time, right? The game is running fine. I have no loss. I'm not having any connection issues. But yet, look at what's happening. Gold is dropping like 10 seconds after I kill a monster. That's clearly some kind of weird server issue that's happening right now. Yeah, so they added all these weird little dumb obelisk things that you interact with, and you get elemental cores, which allow you. I mean, like I'm getting weird like messages from the. Now I'm in a different field. So it's hard for you guys to kind of see how the build is supposed to be operating, because you're not getting to see the chain reaction from the fireballs and like all the different triggers. Because it just seems like things are dying, like... Yeah, I don't know. You interact with them, you collect the cores, you go to the cores, you summon a boss, or... Who knows what's happening right now? I can't even tell where I'm taking damage from. I don't know. You're supposed to be watching the explosions happen, like, real time on the screen, where, like, they're chaining from one monster to the next monster, and they're causing more damage and more things. Maybe this is something that everyone else has experienced with Season 3. Again, like, I wasn't out there watching videos about everyone and their horrible thoughts, or, like, the hate farming that has been involved with, like, Diablo videos. Like, it became so hard to find people talking about any kind of positive interaction they've had with the game. Obviously, like, if that's what's going on with the game, then there's a lot of things happening that are wrong with your game. So the conduit makes monsters immune. While they're immune, you can't damage them. Because that's what players love to, like, fight against, right? Is monsters that are... monsters you can't engage with or interact with. That's... I don't know. Maybe there's just having some server connection issues. Once I get to a place where I can like safely. So there's the Son of Malphus. They walk around the field when you're in these areas, and once you fight them and engage them, I'm not going to because I don't want to die. Because clearly I can't beat them right now, which is fine. I'm just gonna keep throwing fireballs. I don't know why these guys are immune. There's no tower up anywhere. Alright, there it is. I couldn't tell because there's supposed to be like beams going that lead you to back to where the tower is so that you can see the little, like, this awesome little claw game that's happening right now. This video is not supposed to be about like me ragging on Blizzard or like Diablo 4. It is what it is. This is the state of the game. If you don't like it, you know, play a different game. There's plenty of games out there. I've been playing a lot of them, right? And the reason for that is because this game has not been in a state where I felt like playing it. I'm forcing myself to suffer a little bit, just because I wanted to have that comparison, right? I wanted there to be videos of me playing this, and then when I go to the new season, you'll get to see those videos as well, right? Obviously, I'm hopefully going to be having a much better time playing those, but who knows? You know, I do have a lot of hope, but at the same token, Blizzard has famously had a bad track record of shitting the bed, so I'm gonna go into it with a really positive attitude and with some of that love that I feel like I had when I launched the game. What? I don't understand why my cat is so engaged with this green screen. It just it's so weird. Maybe it's the color. Luckily, it's like really low, so if she scratches it, which I really hope she doesn't, because I don't know, don't have a lot of extra money to be replacing a green screen if she destroys it. But I think it's low enough that the camera won't ever see it, so I don't think it'll affect me. But oh yeah, there's a bunch of conduits up. Everything's immune. Let's find out why. Yeah. I guess there's some story taking place that I mean, that thing didn't even populate correctly. Like, you couldn't even see. There was no tower there. It was just like a red circle. That's funny. I mean, I couldn't argue with anyone that said they quit playing Diablo because of what's happening in this season. I'm running into a bunch of bugs and weird technical issues. So I don't know. Maybe the video was taking a really long to upload. No, I mean I literally wasn't doing anything else. I'm just trying to see if there's something like happening that can explain it. When you're trying to make excuses for a company, that's when you know things are bad. For some reason, like I can't. This video is not even showing up. It says it's uploaded. Real time problems, but when this uploads, hopefully, it'll be on YouTube and you'll be able to watch it. You'll be watching it on YouTube. Yeah, so I mean, positive interactions and negative interactions was one of the things I was trying to talk about. Um, the fact that the only reason I'm looking at this item is because I'm trying to see if I want to pull this aspect off of it so that I can put it on something else. It's not, not necessarily a great player engagement or item engagement. I know I have unspent Paragon points, but at the moment, I don't need. I mean, I don't like. I'm not struggling to kill. Like I have to. I hope I have to. I have to spend every single one immediately. I just don't want to be spending hours in menus. Like again, that's. I mean, I don't necessarily have to be spending hours. I know exactly what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing is I'm going to these set of nodes. The only thing I want to do is I want to spend the least amount possible. So let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's cheaper to go this way. So we're just going to go up and in. I will take that. No, I won't because it doesn't do me any good. So um, let's just get to. They got traps everywhere. You want to dodge them. There's barely any monsters anywhere to kill because you got all these traps you're dodging. Hey, Warden.
Out of mana.
I guess the best way to explain it is this version of Diablo I'm playing right now is very masochistic. There's a lot of systems involved that are just designed to punish the player, to make the not to make the game more engaging or fun, but to artificially increase the amount of time I have to be spending on this game in hopes that I'm going to accidentally hit a button that's going to cause me to spend my hard-earned money. That's what the game feels like. Like that's what it feels like Blizzard's entire intent was. Spend as much time to make me find a way to have to engage with it. So I need to find a key. So let's go find a key. So that I could accidentally go, oh, I misclicked and I clicked into this and I don't know how to get out of this menu and I need to press something else to well while I'm here, I guess let me take a look at these. Well, that actually looks super cool. Wow, what an amazing armor. I only need 950 more platinum to purchase that. Well, I don't have enough, so I mean, look at that. That looks freaking incredible. Wow. Like I wish I was wearing that. Um dude. Oh, look, and this is the curio that goes with it. Too bad they don't package these together. So this costs me 2,300 platinum. This costs me 700 because they match, and I would want to wear them both. So 3,000 platinum total. Um, let's go ahead and I mean, look at how shitty that looks in comparison. Like, who honestly spent 1,000 platinum on that? That looks like hot shit. Oh, you know what? This gives me 7,000 and this fucking sick looking horse for 65, 70. I mean, they know how to package it to get you to spend money. There's no doubt about that. They could teach a master class on how to fleece you. Um, but anyway, so let's see how much 3,000 platinum would cost me. Um, well, holy shit, dude. I just everything about this is just it's bad business, it's bad ethics, it's shit design. No, I mean I'm sorry. It is not shit design. It's incredibly thought provoking. Um, oh, that's why they scheduled it at a weird date. No, I want this out right now. No, publish publicly. That's weird. No, public. No, done. Save. The struggles of life. Sometimes you don't want. Sometimes you're tired of struggling. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, there it goes. Now it's live. Well, it was supposed to be live all day. It wasn't. I guess I was tired when I was trying to do this, but it's there now and it's live. That's to the people on my stream live right now, not necessarily to the people watching this video or watching me or watching this video when it uploads. Okay. Uh, I'll just go into it. These are the things that are creating negative player interactions and what's killed the game essentially. Hats off to them. This looks incredible. It wouldn't look incredible on this because it wasn't designed for a guy. I mean, it honestly it doesn't look bad. I kind of picked the Asian like ethnicity flair, and I did the two skin tones. I forgot uh what that's called. Which I mean, it's a real thing that some people have with darker skin tone, where they have different chromatophores that cause their skin to be different colors. I mean, it's not like this doesn't look good on him, but there's a reason they have her here, where you can see this. I'm sure there's somebody that finds this that thinks this looks cool. This doesn't look good to me. I would not buy that. But yeah, okay. So why it's literally pushing her tits up, and you can see the flaring of the moth, the oracle of, and like her skin is sticking out on the edges, like.
Very good.
But on the guy, I mean, dude, I can devolve this video into a billion different things, man. I just don't want to be super negative, but it's so hard not to talk about these things. Why is the guy have bandages around his whole body? Like he's got this weird like BDSM what is it? Bondage, whatever it is, I don't care. This is going on YouTube anyways. But like so he's wearing all these wraps, right? And he's covering his skin in all these areas. But then if I was looking at this on a female model, look at that. You can see like her bare flesh, and you can see the tattoos underneath it, and she's like designed to look super sexy. Anyways, but it's designed that I have to spend 3,000 gold on, or 3,000 platinum on this. I can't just buy 3,000 platinum. I have to buy this bundle, which gives me 2,500, which then means I have to buy 1,000. This is all gambler addiction. It's terrible, but this should be illegal. Honestly, it should be illegal. It's designed to prey on people's worst instincts, to create terrible spending habits in children. I mean, it's what it's designed to do. They don't have a 3,000 option. The best I could do would be buy it at 2,500 and then buy it at $5, which is basically for every 1,000 for every it's $10 per 1,000 silver is what it breaks down to. Honestly, it should just say right here this costs $30. Okay. They don't do that because when you're spending silver, it doesn't trigger cognizantly in your brain that you're spending real cash. So they're trying to create. I mean, look at this. This looks incredible. Look at that, like that. Oh my god, this should be the stuff that comes in the season pass, dude. Look how that looks. I would. I would wear that if I had it. I don't want to spend $25 on it. I mean, this looks, dude, that's amazing. I would buy a season pass to earn this if I would get this. Look at that. That's freaking incredible. Oh my god, look at that sacrificial dagger. That blood is like dripping. I mean, look at how much. Look how incredible the team is at Diablo that they can create something like this, that they just hide behind paywalls to force you to spend money. A powerful calling. I mean, this horse is super clean. Why is this $12? This should be in the DLC, or this should be in the season pass. Like, why do I have 246 platinum? How did I get 46? It's just stupid. It's so I could go into this for hours. I don't want to though. Oh look, they're on super sale. You really wanted this, but you didn't want to spend 20? Well, you're more likely to spend 10, which is how much they originally were probably going to charge for it. Oh, there it is. 960 because it's percentage off. I mean, look, these look amazing as well. And I'm not opposed to it, right? If this game was free to play and this is how they were trying to make their money to keep the servers going, put your DLC in it. But I mean, you're paying $100 for this game. And then you're trying to sell me $150 in platinum as well? Like, best value. Well, of course it's the best value. It's the most expensive one. Why wouldn't this be the best value? Why isn't it 99 cents for 500, so $2? Like, I don't know. It's its own conversation. I'm not going to I don't want to get into it, but I mean, it's a bold choice. These are beautiful, and I would love to rock these in the game. I have 2 kids that I have to feed. I don't have money to spend on this stuff. Like, and even if I did, it would be really hard for me to justify it. Unless I was a full-time streamer and YouTube was making me a bunch of money and I could just be like, and that's part of the process is someone hold me to this. If I ever was in a position where I was making money and I was blessed enough and I was making money to like have just frivolous amounts of it, I mean that's so cool. um I want to try and make a promise. I don't know if I'll be able to keep it. One of the things I've always tried in my life is to, if I make a promise, I try to keep it, you know, and I feel like I can with this. If I was a big streamer, I don't want to promote buying this stuff. And like streamers do it all the time, right? I watch them, where they go and they spend money on these things and then they go, "Don't spend this money. I'm only doing it cuz I'm a streamer," and blah, like they're trying to have this weird justification because on the back end, the company probably sent him the money to spend on it. And it's just like this little, like, if you see a streamer wearing this, you're gonna want to buy it. Let's take a look at. I mean, that's not bad. What is this? The support item. I mean, it doesn't look as clean as the other ones, but I mean that one's not that bad. But let's go to the Uber End season rewards. So this is the horse I get. I mean, the cynic in me, the it looks lower resolution. It doesn't look like it has the high quality of the premium items that you're buying. Um, like it kind of looks a little bit like fuzzy and out of focus. Like, yeah, we gave it to you, but we're gonna also make sure that it's just a little bit got a lower like pixel rate. Um, I mean, it looks cool. I'll rock it as soon as I unlock it. again, it looks cool, but it's got super muted colors. Like, it's designed to like be slightly enticing, but at the same token, not to be like of premium quality. I feel like that's probably what all of this is. I mean, it's like the Cold Steel stuff. The Cold Steel, it looked cool, it looked clean, but like, if I was paying $20 for this, I guarantee you, every single one of these scales would be fleshed out and highlighted, and there would be like an effect under them or a different ombre color, like graded scale, just to like really make it look insanely pristine. This entire like area here would be fully ribbed. Like there would be so much texture there. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? And that's the unfortunate part of the gaming world now is it's not paying for like if this was the premium item, the pages would move on their own. This would start glowing, like it would have an effect where, I mean, this would be fully blood red, like you would see blood dripping on, like that's, it's unfortunate that that's what we've come to have an expectation to, that you expect the companies to kind of like screw you over. Oh, I unlocked one. Here we go. I have a helm. Yes, take it. There. What is this, a tattoo? I know it's an emote. So now I have an emote where what, I catch it. Okay. Alright, let's get back to this. I need time to prepare that. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm enjoying it a little bit, but not as much as I probably should be. What am I'm supposed to be clicking on something? Here we go. A crucial object is missing. Okay, so I gotta go find. I'm like so like disengaged from this that I don't even know what's happening. And I think if that's where your player base ever is, and I'm a huge Diablo fan. Like I love playing this game when it doesn't like cause me physical pain. I need time to do that. And I don't think that's a bad expectation for a customer to have when they buy a product, is that this product doesn't cause me like physical pain and anxiety and stress just from playing it when it's not designed to do that, right? And like that's the biggest thing. If I was playing a Souls game that has a really high like degree of difficulty, um I'm buying it to experience that emotion and that pain. I did not buy this with that expectation. And maybe that's me having a false expectation. Maybe I should have expected it to be like this, but I don't. I mean, I can't even like dodge through this. Oh, maybe I can. It's hard to tell if it's like the game's running poorly or like I'm not getting the iframe there that I should be on a dodge. I don't. So like, let's get as many monsters out here so I can throw one fireball. And so there's a good example. I threw one fireball and like everything died. And like when this is properly itemized, if I ever get to that point, I don't know. I don't know how much time I want to invest in this. I was hoping to maybe get to 100 and then yeah, I mean this literally does nothing for me. It's so like the issue is there's not enough mob density for like this build to showcase how it was. When I built this, the mob density was freaking bananas. Like, oh my god, it was so insane. And obviously this version of the aspect is kind of what the build is no, it's not this one. Maybe I don't have it right here. Um It's the one that when you hit a mob that has crowd control, you have a 50% chance to have that effect hit go to a nearby target. So essentially how the build works is I only need one thing to get immobilized, and then I have well, this is how it used to work. And then I would have so many monsters or so many effects hitting like consecutively off of my triggers that it was it happened, but it was not very common that the immobilized would not spread. Like it was disgusting how much the build proliferated off of itself, and I loved it. Um, and like throwing one fireball and then watching like 13 meteors get triggered off of it was super fun to watch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to experience that again. We'll find out. I do want to get to that point. So let's throw one and then like, that's satisfying. Like that's such a great engagement. Um, the problem is the game gets to a point where the only way to progress, I will literally stop being able to do that. 100%. Where is that thing? It's down here. Oh no, it's in here. Because monsters will have so much damage reduction, they'll have so much obtrusive health that just killing a normal monster is going to take like 56 fireballs, and then the one explosion off that the additional explosion off the fireball is rarely strong enough to kill additional like things, and so the build just like dies out. So the one fireball. So see how the all those vulnerabilities I was getting off of the orb. That's why I'm using the orb right now. So this is a really good like speed trash mob killing, or it's supposed to be. It slows down a little on the single target DPS, but that's where the meteors kind of come into play, and then the design for the my IAS or my cast speed for getting out as many fireballs as I can consecutively, and when I can literally turn into a turret where I'm just standing still and I'm throwing out fireballs. Pretty much I'm just holding down right trigger and throwing fireballs out as quickly as possible. It's satisfying, and that's how you've understood the mechanics of the game when you can build that. But again, whether they did it intentionally or unintentionally, whenever they do patches, it feels like they fix one thing and they break others. That's one of the things that got either unintentionally fixed or was maybe not ever working correctly. Who knows? So I go out, I use all my MP, and then look, all my mana comes back, regenerating, while I'm casting fireballs for free, which then gives me a third wave of fireballs, where... And then I have, because I don't have enough cooldown reduction, because I'm not like fully itemized, essentially... Ooh, look, I got a new tactical stone. Ooh, what does that do? Let's take a look. I should be really engaged with what this does. A tactical. Decreases the cooldown of the supported skill. Increases my damage. So I really want to do that. It's... Well, I kind of like the Fortify. Is there an elite version of the Fortify? I don't know. But yeah, let's put this on. We'll get rid of the damage reduction because I'm a glass cannon anyways, because they haven't figured out how to properly allow me to have survivability without only taking 100% survivability and never taking an ability that's fun to use or has the that rune carving. Maybe I'll get to start crafting these soon enough. But I didn't want to go off on that tangent on the DLC on the marketplace. It just happened. I apologize. I did, like I said, I don't want my videos to be a bunch of negativity. I don't like watching those videos on YouTube. I know some people do, and I think it does get a lot of hate clicks or um I guess the best way to say is it gets a lot of like confirmation bias, which I feel like a lot of people want to feel like their opinions are valid or like resonate with other people. Because there's so much like FOMO, fear of missing out. Or on the other end, there's so many people that
Good. Thank you. Now for the next step.
they're afraid to be wrong or they're afraid to have an opinion that differs with other people, and I don't feel like I'm that. I don't feel like I'm that person. I love to have opposing debates because I feel like those make you stronger. Like, let's see, casting a basic skill reduces the mana cost of my next core skill. So maybe I'll pull that off. I just look at. I think, is it this one? Yeah, so this one has plus damage, plus fire damage, and plus pyromancy. That's freaking insane. And then damage reduction. Um, why ever have stats on? Like, I don't know. Oh, here we go. All right, so I can now salvage gems, do gems. Oh, here it is. So I can create. Exchange contains 50 murmurs. Oh, Jesus. I actually would almost rather do this. Um, and you might ask yourself why. I'll tell you why. Because I am trying to get items. And anytime you increase your chance to get those items, that's all you give a shit about. Alright, but let's engage with it. Let's craft 8 of these. Why not? See how good or bad these are. They don't cost anything to create, so my opinion is going to be that they're going to be... Oh, wow, they actually dropped... Hey, I stand fully corrected. I didn't even get to finish my statement. I got a bunch of stuff. I was expecting to only get like crap yellows and nothing else out of that. So there you go. I unlocked a bunch more stuff. So let's take a look. So did I get any? Decreases the cooldown of the supported skill. So that seems really good. So I want to do that. I already had that equipped. Oh my god. I mean, there's some cool things with this. The question just always becomes, oh, that's really good. So I have the teleport on this one, so that if he's out of range, he'll teleport to me. Progress 0 of 10 until rank 10. I don't know what this stuff means. Active governing stone, flash of adrenaline. Oh, I guess maybe those are the only 2 things it works with. No, because that has bushwhack on it. So if I move that, dude, I don't know. This is what it is. Activates an animated field around itself, shooting down enemy projectiles. That's kind of cool. I have level 3 of adrenaline now. So we have something that creates a firefly that does explosions. Oh, so that's bushwhack. Duh. I. All right, so let's stick with ranged because this one has ranged. Or this one has these fun ones that lets me shoot additional projectiles and then do more things with projectiles. And then does invulnerability. Look at that. It's already legendaried out. There are unique version. Okay, what? The supported skill grants you 4+4 to all skills when used for 2 seconds. Holy shit. I need to get that, and that's going on this. That's insane. Just... And then I can increase the duration on it. Oh my god. Again, it's like a weird, like, Cooley's heart. So I don't even know. Search vaults. I guess I need to go find more vaults. Find writings in a library. So let's go find a library. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna cut this video here because I don't want to go on another weird tangent. So it's already at an hour. But like I said, I'm enjoying this to some degree, but I'm also there's a lot of painstaking like things with it that just like I said, when you have a game that has enough negative detractors that are just constantly poking you, it just pushes people away. I didn't really have that with the PTR. There was a couple things that I just felt were like weird quality of life or like things here and there, but ultimately I really enjoyed it. I honestly really did. And that could just be because this was so bad and my interaction with it was so bad that I just almost anything would be better. And I don't know. I don't necessarily think that's true, and I don't want people to have that kind of frame of mind. Ultimately, that might be where it is, but I don't want to like. I don't want to have that level of negativity to it. I want to be positive and have hope for it. So that's where I'm at. Um, Hope you've enjoyed this video to some degree. It's hard because I don't feel like there's a lot of engagement with the game right now. And it's everything everyone else has experienced. But I wanted to make this video pros and cons. I'm not gonna make another Diablo video um, for a while. Maybe I'll do one once I get to level 100, or I'll do one once I get my full version of Bouncing Betties, and then if I get the full version of the Great Balls of Fire, we can do that one as well. Because I want to I want to showcase a couple of different versions of this build, whether it's successful or not, just so people can see it. Because maybe they don't see a lot of the Fireball build out there and out and about. But maybe I'll do that with the PTR where I'll do some like class build videos and some stuff. I don't know. You guys let me know what you like, what you think. Is there a blacksmith? Oh yeah, I guess they did have everything here. Okay. I mean, why wouldn't they? So we got the occultist to extract this bad boy. So I need as many of these things as I can. Oh, I'm almost 70, so I can get a better potion. But okay, I digress. I do that a lot. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Drop a like, subscribe. I think I might go back to something else and just play this off stream for a little bit, here and there. I can't play this very like I can't play this like just forever. It just kind of gets to me. Um, and again, I want to play a game to enjoy it. Um, Here's a fun thing. I bought these bad boys, and you guys let me know if you wouldn't, if this would be something people would be down for. I honestly don't know, man. You're gonna hear me say things like that a lot because I don't, and I'm not afraid to admit I don't know things. But I bought these to disengage with, electronics as well. I'm gonna color. So I got this one that's like fantasy themed. Then I got this one, and it's I love Japanese tattoos, and this has a little bit of it. I do, I have several on my body. I'm working on my leg sleeve, on my left leg, which is very organic and has it has some Japanese inspired koi fish. But honestly, Help me out. Drop a like, subscribe. Send me a message. I want to engage with the community more. I get a lot of interaction on Twitch once in a while, depending on the game I'm playing. I have not gotten any real interaction on Diablo, but I think that might change once the PTR comes out. Um, love you guys, no matter what. Do something kind for somebody else. Pieces.